Hi, and welcome to Chamber Chatter. I'm Sean Hayes, Executive Director with the Clarkston Area Chamber of Commerce.
And I'm Emily Ford, the 2019 President of the Clarkston Area Chamber of Commerce.
Today we'll be discussing our Nonprofit of the Month and our Light Bulb Moment of the Month. We'll also be reviewing upcoming events for November. Our Nonprofit of the Month for November is the Clarkston Village Players. And we're joined today here by Joe and Linda Mischler. Joe and Linda, thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you. It's
a pleasure. Thank you.
And part of the reason we selected you for this month too was back in October, you were presenting at our murder mystery dinner that we did at Andiamo, which was a wonderful performance. Thank you very much for that.
We have a good group that does that. They have a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
And so, Linda, what would you say you like best about Clarkston Village Players?
I think it allows me to have a lot of latitude creatively. I work on stage on occasion. I'm on stage. I also do a lot of costuming and makeup.
Oh, wow.
And at the same time, I'm the treasurer of the group. So I get kind of a multi-dimensional area of creativity going. That's a lot of fun, and there's some great people in there. We have a good time.
Awesome.
Joe, anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, we have a very diverse group of people. We have a lot of people who love acting. We have a lot of people who love technical things. And it's really a good group to work with. We have people who have come to us with a lot of experience. We have people who have very little experience. So it's always, each production is different. We just did The Odd Couple, the female version, which Linda was in.
Oh, awesome.
And that was quite a show. And now we're doing The Great Gatsby.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 more weekends of that. Totally different cast, totally different director and everything. So that's what I like about it. It was started by teachers in 1961 who were looking for an outlet. And they settled on theater because that's what they all liked.
Nice. Certainly, and we could tell even from our event too that you guys have a group that really loves what they do, really enjoys what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good to see. Now, where do you typically find your actors, your tech people, or any other volunteers that work with your group?
Well, we have open auditions, and if we don't get enough people at auditions, we get on the phone, and we have quite a list of people we can call. And our tech people usually, the director and the producer can sort of select who's going to be the stage manager and who's going to do lights and sound. But they're normally people who come to us who express an interest. So I'd like to do this, I'd like to do that, or something like that. And lots of times there's a lot of training involved. Mm-hmm. If you don't know how to do it, we'll teach you how to do it. And that's how that works.
So how do you go about selecting the plays then?
We have a script committee, usually 3 to 5 people who start reading in spring, summer.
Mm-hmm.
And between them, they probably read 500 plays, 300.
Oh, at least, yeah.
Wow. And then they meet regularly and weed out from there ones that won't work on our stage for various reasons. They need a second story, we don't have it. Mm-hmm. They need multiple sets, we don't have that kind of space. There's various criteria that they have to follow, but by November, December, we have sort of a base of maybe 10 to 12 plays that they've looked over, and then they make recommendations to the board from there for the next season.
And then how many productions do you have throughout the year?
We do
About
5.
5,
We do
okay.
5. We're in the process right now of working on next year's schedule. The beauty about Clarkston Village Players is it's small, it's intimate, and it does, in some of our productions, pose some challenges, which is good for the directors and for the actors, because you are limited in space. There's really not a lot of area. So what you create in terms of a set is probably going to be different than what's in the book. And we have people who create really great sets. And the acting is the same way. You don't have like here at Clarkston, you got a huge stage. Mm-hmm. We don't have that. You got, I think, 20 feet across, and that's it. Mm-hmm. And probably 20 back, and that's probably it. Mm-hmm. And it does pose some challenges, but that's when we look at plays, we look at, are they challenging? Is it something our audience is going to look at? Right now, we're sort of looking at things that maybe would attract a younger audience. Mm-hmm. we're kind of looking to the future a bit, and we may even step out of the box when we make our recommendation. So,
Okay.
but
I mean, that's too. The challenge is part of the fun of it all, right?
It is.
Yes,
It
of
truly
course.
is.
I've directed a number of different things at Clarkston. It's always fascinating how you can squeeze so much into one little set.
Absolutely.
And how much space, if you don't have very much space and you got these actors up there and you got to think, oh man, how are we going to make this work? And it works. We
Sounds
just
like
have
a
to be
lot
creative.
of talent involved in, like you said, creativity.
Yes, it is. It's a collaboration. The directors and the actors work together along with the set people, and they figure out how it's going to work. And you know, you have to listen to your actors, and you have to listen to some of the other people and make decisions. So,
Very good. Last thing I want to ask for both of you, why is theater important?
Oh, I think theater is a very rounding experience. Kids who come into theater in the high school, of course, Joe was a teacher and taught theater for many years. It's a chance to give them something that maybe sports could, but maybe they're not athletic inclined. They still get the teamwork, they still get the collaboration, they still get the experience of working in front of the public. It's all such a rounding thing for developing the adult. And I find it fascinating to see how, especially our youth theater program, how these kids come in and can't even stand up and sing happy birthday without getting all nervous, and by the end of the 8-week period are singing and dancing and having a blast. And that's what theater does. It brings them
Absolutely.
out.
yeah, for me, I love directing. I love standing there on the first night and looking at an empty stage and realize that in the next 6 weeks we're going to paint a transient picture. And that's the beauty of it for me. It's like, okay, I get to be an artist, but my canvas is a whole lot different than what a painter or a photographer might do. I'm going to take these actors and this is what we're going to do and this is how we're going to do it, and eventually we're going to create a picture. I just love it. It's a way to step into a whole new world. And it's exciting because it's always different. Every performance is different. Even actors from one show to the next, if they're in a different show, they're different people. And that's one of the beauties of it that I like.
For sure. That's fantastic. Well, Joe and Linda, thank you again both for being here today and representing Clarkston Village Players, our
our
nonprofit
pleasure.
of the month.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and come and see The Great Gatsby.
Will do. The light bulb moment of the month, 2 Men in a Truck. Today we're joined by Jessica Matofsky.
Jessica, thanks for being here with us today. Can you tell us a little bit more about your organization?
Yeah, so 2 Men in a Truck, we're a franchise moving company. We're located all over the country, in Canada, Ireland, and the United Kingdom. Our specific franchise location is located in Clarkston on Andersonville and White Lake Road. We also have 2 other locations in Lapeer and Rochester Hills. So we're a moving company, so we provide local and long distance moving services, packing, and storage services.
Very nice.
So we selected your company for our light bulb moment of the month because of your Movers for Meals program. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yep, so giving back to the community, that's actually one of our core values. It's something that we really pride ourselves on. So each 2 Men in a Truck location, again, across the system, we actually participate in 2 different giving programs annually. So with the holiday season coming up and Thanksgiving just right around the corner, we thought that our Movers for Meals program would be something great to give back to people in need. So Movers for Meals is geared towards putting more food on the table for families this Thanksgiving. So we've partnered with Lighthouse. Lighthouse is located, they have a location in Clarkston. They service all of Oakland County. And we are helping donate non-perishable food items to their Thanksgiving box delivery drive.
Very good. And are there any goals that your group has particularly for that program this year?
Yep. So Lighthouse actually has their own goals set for themselves to donate 1,500 Thanksgiving Day boxes to families for the week before Thanksgiving. So our goal is just to provide as much as we can to make that goal and even exceed it.
Awesome. And if someone would like to participate or donate, how could they go about doing that?
So a full list of Lighthouse's Thanksgiving Day boxes can be found on lighthouse.com, as well as if you visit our Facebook page, Two Men in a Truck Clarkston, under the events tab, there's a full description of Movers for Meals, what it's about, as well as a full list of the non-perishable food items that they're looking for. And just an example, the things that they're looking for is anything that you would see on a Thanksgiving Day dinner table. So boxed mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, canned fruits and vegetables, gravy, stuffing, things like that.
Perfect. And I know you brought a box down to the chamber office as well.
Yep, so we're collecting donations until November 22nd. Donations can be dropped off at our Clarkston location, as well as the Rochester Hills and Lapeer location, and the Clarkston Chamber of Commerce.
Wonderful.
Awesome. Thank you for orchestrating such an awesome cause, and I appreciate you doing that.
Yep, and thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for being here. Next, we're going to go to Gina with our upcoming events.
Our YPN will be hosting Giving Tuesday on November 19th. We'll be volunteering with Draw at the Coffee Bucket in Waterford. Holiday Market takes place on November 23rd at Brady Lodge inside Baycourt Park. There will be free s'mores, hot cocoa, wagon rides, and Santa will be in attendance. A few vendor spots are still available. Please reach out to the Chamber if you'd like more information. This is a joint event between the Chamber and the Independence Township Parks, Recreation, and Seniors. For our members, the final business over breakfast is December 12th at Fountains Golf and Banquet. This is a holiday bob that is presented by Bowman Chevrolet and Ideas for You. More information on each of these events can be found at business.clarkston.org/events. That's it for Chamber Chatter. See you next month.